worth of
We
these
got a
500
couple of those.
GP.
I think we got a couple of those.
Do we have a diamond?
Well, I thought some of what's his Zal's spells required the diamonds.
Yeah, some of mine would require a diamond as well.
Yeah, so
Or
once you
we're gonna
have
to use
one,
diamonds.
you don't use them like we thought, though, right? Like if you do the spell, you just
No, he said that he wouldn't make us consume them, but we had to have them, I believe.
right. So maybe you have to have one per person.
So
for the
mine
spell, I
in
guess.
Revivify, it will take. It literally says in there, the spell will consume the $300 or 300 GP worth of diamonds.
Yeah, but he said that he wasn't going to follow that. Is
Okay.
what I'm saying. Brian said that he wasn't going to make it. It was just too much that we would have to go and like get these items or whatever. He just
That
said
one he might make an exception to. It's so powerful.
Yeah, the one that you can bring someone back from the dead, I think is a little bit different than, like haste, as an example.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well,
gentlemen,
because technically
doesn't require anything.
Nice.
Bane requires a drop of blood.
No, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but that's easy. You can just.
We're always bleeding.
That's
reach
true.
into the old magic pack. I'm sure there's something that's got blood on it in there.
And haste, my haste requires a shaving of licorice root.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah, so does mine.
So
it's been pretty cool that
we've already
made us
we've just assumed
get all that crap.
We have that kind of
and that it doesn't, and that one doesn't say it consumes it. So
yeah,
right. Some of them it does consume, some of them it doesn't, and I think that it tries to balance it based on
how difficult.
But some of them are ridiculous, like what they would need. So, like when I needed that identify, I needed that pearl that was worth so much that took forever to find.
That is true.
Other spell.
Yeah, you were like asking every single NPC we talked to.
Do you have a pearl?
Do you happen to have a pearl?
100 gold.
Yes, I'll give you gold to give me pearl.
Other spell I'm going with is it's got 120-foot range, and you unleash a shimmering lance of psychic power from your forehead.
I need to tell Brian, my proficiency bonus increases with this one too. To +4.
Proficiency in what? Like everything.
No, in certain things.
In certain things, what the one that I'm proficient in, like athletics.
I think mine does too.
Oddly enough, I'm proficient in athletics, charisma, wisdom, and religion. So with that, I get a bump.
Well, yeah, I don't remember exactly what it is, but some of your abilities, like if you're proficient
in so many things,
yeah, you can get certain. What is it? I have an ability. Like, what is it? The new one I just got, Indomitable, I think. Where if I'm proficient in something, then I get to re-roll my die for a loss or something. But I don't know.
I don't have anything that requires proficiency. I just have proficiencies.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I actually have any proficiency issues either.
B-Dog's gonna be late. He's planning on 45-hour start, so.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, I have a +4 as well for proficiency bonus. This level up.
Yeah, Ben, check this spell out. On a failed save, an intelligence save, the target takes 7d6 damage and is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
7d6? Holy shit!
Yeah. And it's incapacitated.
Does it require concentration or anything like that?
No, it's instantaneous. Doesn't require any components.
120-foot range?
Yeah.
God damn! What level is it?
Are you guys gonna shoot your shot to try to get more health, or just go with what the book says?
I'm going with level 3 sorcerer. Getting my meta magic, so I'm just rolling.
It's hard for me. Okay, so my class feat is 1d10 or 6 plus your Constitution modifier is what it is.
Right.
And that's it. So
6 plus your Constitution.
My Constitution is 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get 10 every time.
So I get 10 every time.
Unless you roll a bad roll.
Or I could get 14 if I rolled a 10. Because it's always plus my Constitution modifier. It's not worth the 4 extra HP. I always go with just the basic add 10 to my HP.
It's true.
Much easier.
Song of Rest 1d8 now, also.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Every time we have a...
Nope, we lost Carol?
That would be a yes. Nope, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I had to go back and check to see I was still connected.
Yeah, we lost
He went into
Kiro.
AFK. He was probably walking around not on his computer and probably went to sleep. So.
Yeah. That's my assumption.
For sure.
Man, do you guys
anything for the holiday there, Mirko?
No, just hung out with me and the girls.
Mm-hmm.
I have to tell you, Brooke and I were talking about that today.
Yeah.
And she had said, she said, would you like to be around family? Would you not like to be around family? I said, it doesn't really matter to me. I said, we're so used to doing stuff by ourselves that it shouldn't matter much, at least at this point.
No. I mean, couple family things in a year. That's enough. So.
Yeah. That's what I agree with. A couple family things a year and I'm good.
2 to 3 max, and that's...
Well, I don't see my sister very often.
That's true. But yeah, they're down here, right? So
yeah, they live in...
She probably doesn't travel because she's got too many kids.
Right.
At least for her, it's probably a lot more difficult.
It is. It's a little more difficult for her.
Oh. Oh. Finally gonna get some freaking warm weather next week. You guys might get less snow or something, Burke.
Yeah, it's gonna snow tomorrow.
Ah! Knew it.
It's snowing right now.
Well, you're further north and west than me, so that snow is...
It's not... no, here's the thing. I wasn't talking to you.
Not jealous at all.
But it's not sticking, so it doesn't matter.
I mean,
but it's
so fucking matters to me. I hate April snow.
Yeah,
I don't care if it doesn't stink or not.
It's
if it doesn't
to be out in the yard.
If it doesn't stick, then how does it suck?
Gross.
Because it's cold.
Cold. It's a physical representation of cold.
Yeah, it's just not. That. It's not seasonal.
Your temperature is.
It's too cold for that shit.
I don't mind it so much, but
that's what I'm saying.
Snow can happen from
the
birthday. I would prefer to have it snow
February 14th.
Than it just be cold.
Well, that's fair.
Right?
If it's going to be fucking cold, it might as well do something with it.
At least if it's not cold and there's sunshine, you can go outside in the sunshine and not worry about snow.
Well, so
I would rather have snow than the humidity here in fucking Virginia in the middle of dead-ass summer.
Yesterday, it was sunny as hell. It was so sunny yesterday, and it was like 25 degrees. And Brooke walked outside. She's like, "This is stupid. The sun is out."
This is stupid.
Yeah, I can confirm that is the most joke of the night of the.
I did think that was quite hilarious.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I
got no plant in the garden for a bit yet.
I got a piece out right at 8:30 because I'm meeting a friend of mine from college who's randomly in town for work.
All right, well, let's get going then. Not worry about that. Let's go.
At 9 to a walkable bar to me.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
I can't join though. Come on, Jane.
Yeah, mine's kind of being slow right now for some reason.
You're all connected. I see Carolyn.
Okay. I'm still red on.
Let's hit my button again. I'm sure it'll work.
There's Burke.
Yep, I'm coming in now. It still showed red on my screen, so I wasn't even trying, to be honest.
Looks like
same for me.
Yeah, mine was still red.
I'm acquiring file list. Right, meow.
Yep. On the way.
All right, I'm
gonna start the Bulls.
Discord.
Actually, pretty close against Snow.
No, I want Discord down.
What's everybody gonna do for life? Are we rolling like ballers or just taking the average?
Brian, as I discussed before you got here, my 1d6 or my 1d10 plus 4 really sets me up to just go with that.
Just go with was it 6 plus 4 basically each time, or 5 plus 4?
6 plus 4 every time. So I get 10, or I roll 1d10, and I get the possibility of getting 14. or I have a possibility of getting 9 rolls less than what I could get. So I'm good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the standard as well, Brian, and we wuss out a little bit. So
fine.
I know.
Ardos will.
You're just doing a fighter, is that right?
Ardos will do the roll.
Let's see. I get 6 plus
Ardos
my
is rolling. I like it.
modifier. So
what do
Brogger
I roll?
hits 108.
I was gonna say
You just roll a whatever your the warlock health modifier is.
Mm-hmm.
And you add, I believe, your charisma.
Yeah, see?
Underneath your class.
Glad I didn't do it.
Well, for you, it might be charisma, actually. Yeah, no, it's probably good for you.
Whatever my health modifier is that the health die?
Yeah, it's probably like 1d6 or... Let me see, I'm pulling it up.
Is it underneath the max and wound right there? That little die
it's
right
at the
there?
beginning. Yours is 1d8 plus con modifier for warlocks. 1d8. So if you roll a d8 plus whatever your con modifier is, which is 3.
Yeah, your constitution's based off your race. And
so it's the one right next to the d6.
I'll just roll the d8 and then we can add 3.
Yeah, just roll it into the chat if you want to roll it.
Oh,
I missed it. That's no, I'm not. I don't take ones. Ones don't count when you're dealing with health reroll.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Ones are like the least fun thing. All right, 4 plus 3, that's 7.
Is that more or less than what I would have gotten?
You're doing sorcerer again, right?
Yeah, I'm taking another level of sorcerer.
I'm not sure. We shall see here in a second. You got 7 exactly, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what would mine be either way?
For a bard, I want to say it is likely con as well.
Such bullshit.
Let's see. Yes, 1d8 plus con. So your con modifier is 3. Your con modifier is 3 as well.
Yeah, and so what is the standard? 7?
5. 5 plus con, so you'd get 8.
All right.
The average on the dice is 5, so you would do 5 plus 3 and get 8 points.
Yeah, I'll do the standard then.
Sure.
Let's see how I would have fared. Not as well. There it is.
And there you
go. Perfect.
I'd let you re-roll, so roll it again.
There you go. That's a good deal.
Had you rolled that, you would have been 1 point higher than Ardos. Ardos is currently 1 point higher than you.
Woo!
Right. Oh, how sweet.
And you said you needed haste, and what was the other one?
I should already have Bane on there.
It didn't automatically do it.
Haste and Bane.
I wonder if it gave me Indomitable or not.
Bane's on there.
Haste and your favorite.
I got the 3 spells. Didn't move me to 45. No, it did not. Lay hands on need to go to 45.
Oh yeah.
I knew it wouldn't do that one. I saw my +4 modifiers correct. So I'm happy.
Nice.
Spell slots are good. Oh my god.
It came through.
My spell slots are really weird. You must be editing it right now. You were, okay. It's like, why do my spell slots look dumb?
Got a new dumb spell doing, dude. These dumb spells.
Well, I gained 2 second level spell slots from a sorcerer.
Well, he'll call on us one at a time if he needs to, brother, probably.
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
He's not done with.
I haven't looked.
Yeah, I thought you said you had got all that shit figured out already. That's what I heard.
Well, I told them what I'm doing, but I didn't realize I get 2 second level spell slots.
You doing okay over there, Brian?
Of course, I've been on mute this entire damn time.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus wept. I'm reacting to what you're saying, like I'm not on mute, and then
Crickets.
Did you get haste added in?
I did. But I even said it's in dwarven abilities for some reason, but that's fine.
That's fine
for you.
Well, it should be because it does come in as a dwarven ability.
Okay, good. So that's when it comes in. All right. Meta magic. Let's see what's going on here. Damn it. All right, so you're doing what were the ones that you chose for your meta magic, Ardos? You're doing twin spell
and twin spell.
Twin and quicken. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you have? Did it have pact magic? It doesn't have. I'm kind of surprised by that, honestly. I need to look into that a little bit more. Understand why it doesn't track your meta magic abilities. I think you can only do that once or twice per long rest. So.
Well, I can do it as long as I've got sorcery points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sorcery points aren't listed here anywhere, which is weird. But
you mean on Fancy Grounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too because I've had them since last quarter or last.
We are in a business. We had last quarter.
It feels like it's been a quarter since we played. Let's be real.
I'm in school.
320 last time we played.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
if you got them.
I even.
I am
a month ago.
Well, it does feel like it's been a while.
It's been a long ass. Well, it's been a full month. Yeah,
it's been a month.
Yeah, last time I did this,
all
I
right.
was at home. Yeah, there's no way to track your sorcery points on here, which is
you'll have
annoying.
to just track them yourself.
Yeah. Maybe D&D Beyond has it. I'm not sure, but I have not worked on D&D Beyond. But I'll check it out and see if there's.
So how many sorcery points do I?
I have no idea, man. I think it's like 2. It should be in the book.
So I started off with 2, and now I have 3 because I'm at 3rd level. So I got 2 last level, and now I have 3 sorcery points. So I pretty much get 1 every level after 2.
Yeah,
I got an extra 1, so now I have 3.
Yeah, it's basically the equivalent of your level. So, but then twin spell uses like 2 sorcery points. Quicken spell uses.
Quicken spell uses 2.
Twin uses 1. Well, you can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature. 1 sorcery point if the spell is a cantrip. So you'll be using, if you're doubling up Eldritch Blast, it'll use a single sorcery point. But if you're doubling up like a level 3 spell, it'd take 3 sorcery points.
Right. It's weird.
Is this like a reward program, or?
It's going to take me some getting used to figure out optimally. I've watched a couple videos on it, and that whole doubling up Eldritch Blast, not a good way to go, because it's just fucking cantrip.
Yeah, correct.
Ben, if you go in to if Brian creates a weapon for you, like let's say a longbow, you're not ever going to use a longbow. You can rename it to what you need and put your ammo below, so you can say you have like 4 of those, and then you just keep lowering it every time you use it. Does that make sense?
Hold on, I got it.
You just added something, spell slots. What is this?
I see what you mean.
I'm doing something. Hold on.
Do little checkboxes.
Yep.
And there it is. Daily sorcery points. Powers.
Yep. There you go. I was gonna say. I've got that for my support combat superiority.
Yeah, I technically need superiority die on mine too, but I just let it go.
Well, as long as you track it yourself.
Well, it says martial in my martial feats. It tells me it has 2 little spots where I can check off, so I can see. I just check martial training. I have 2 of them.
Cool.
I keep clicking them too. All right, so there's your sorcery points, all 4 of them.
Cool.
And we're gonna put twinned.
Now I don't have to keep it tracked in my little Gomer notebook. I was ready.
There you go.
Cool. For my 2nd level sorcery spells, I'm gonna go ahead and take enlarge reduce.
I know what you're enlarging.
Hey,
Ayo.
my tail. Yeah.
Gross.
No. Okay.
Enlarge, reduce. There it is, sir.
And Misty Step. Gonna get me the fuck out of there if I need to.
That's
gonna be very
we're familiar with that one.
Oh, and that's a bonus action too. So if it costs a bonus action, I can cast another thing if I use a quicken spell.
Alrighty.
I think.
Alright, gents. Let's
Misty
roll a
Step
d20.
is a bonus.
Wait a second. I haven't gone yet.
I thought my apologies. My apologies.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know if this is something that you need to change over, but Song of Rest is now a 1d8, or is that something I just need to keep a mental track of?
I think you keep mental track of that.
Do that?
Because it's not necessarily a spell.
Song, so.
Right. It's an ability. Okay.
It's you actually singing us a song, right?
Mm-hmm. You just get 1d8.
Yeah. And then I need to add a 4th level spell and a 5th level spell.
All right.
For my 4th level spell, I am going to go with... We're using Fizban's Treasury of Dragons.
I do not have it purchased, so we do not have it right now.
All right. Do we have... Unearthed Arcana 78?
Well, what's the spell? Unearthed Arcana, probably not. Just what's the spell title?
Raulothim, Raulothim, ''S, Raulothim's Psychic Lance.
Doesn't look like it.
Right.
Is that the one you were telling me about?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. That sounds too good.
Do not have that one.
Phantasmal Killer will be a level 4 then.
Phantasmal Killer?
Phantasmal. Phantas.
Oh, I got you. It's there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, sir.
And to update you guys, instead of that bolt that went through my head that was like 7d6 damage, this one is Wisdom saving throw. It's a concentration. God damn it. Take 4d10 psychic damage. End of each target's turn before the spell ends, the target must succeed on a saving throw. So after each turn, the target has to succeed on a saving throw or take 4d10 damage until it succeeds.
And is frightened, apparently.
Does it have like a save?
But that doesn't say what exactly that frightened means.
Frightened means that it cannot approach you. So it cannot get any closer to you than it already is.
And that just
so it can attack, and it can attack. It can correct. It just applies to you. It just cannot get anywhere closer to you. It's scared of you.
That's pretty cool.
The fear.
So it could ranged attack, things like that.
But, does it have a wisdom save or something it has to make, or
DC 16 wisdom save?
Okay.
And then the level 5 is going to be Raise Dead.
Raise the dead.
Bring me back, Brogger says.
Raise dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You return a dead creature you touch to life, provided that it has been dead no longer than 10 days. The creature's soul is both willing and at liberty to rejoin the body. The creature returns to life with 1 hit point. Casting time, 1 hour.
Yep. Closes all mortal wounds, does not restore missing body parts. If creature is lacking body parts or organs integral for its survival, its head, for instance, the spell automatically fails.
Also,
coming back from the dead, it's a -4 penalty to attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks up until they have 4 or 5 long rests.
I mean, you get killed,
So-
you pay for it. But
it does not come without caveats.
in addition, keep an eye out for diamonds worth at least 500 gold pieces, which the
we
spell
were
consumes.
talking about that. So
Yeah, I believe that you said that we didn't have to actually consume.
No, if it is called out specifically, you have to. If you have to have a specific thing because if the components say it consumes it, you have to have that.
gotcha.
I thought that you had said that.
So, like, if you have you're casting slow with a thing of molasses, I'm not going to make you buy molasses every time you go to town. But if you're going to be raising the motherfucking dead, you're going to need a diamond worth 500 gold pieces.
We got
somebody
one.
had predicted that you would say that.
Told ya.
Yeah.
Nice to think we might get away with this.
So,
I mean, as worst I could say is no, and I did.
well then
Hopefully
maybe
we just won't need it. That's the goal.
Maybe, yeah.
True.
Maybe let's just do mass cure wounds instead.
You don't want to do raised dead. You want to do mass cure wounds.
Yeah, because I mean, in terms of how often I'll have to use something, and then that's going to take an hour to use, and
well, the other thing about that is
this is actual battle spell, and it doesn't require anything.
If somebody's down unconscious and you're in your bubble of cure wounds, they'd be brought back, right?
That's another way to think about it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. If they have not failed all their savings throws, then yes, it would.
Right.
Count.
Or got chopped again after they're down.
I can already speak with the dead, so that's a nice little.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely keep somebody around after they've died and just talk to them every now and then.
I mean, keep in mind,
only for 10 minutes, but
if we do need it, we could take a long rest. You could add it to your spell slots, and then we could revive them the next day.
Nah, I have to level up before I can change my spells. That's the thing.
Oh!
I can't change it again until level 10.
Never mind.
So me being the support guy, I guess it just depends on kind of what do you guys prefer? What would you see more advantageous?
Raising the dead. Because if you don't, then I'll see if I can change
mine. So, I just think both are really useful.
I'd completely forgotten about this spell that I was wanting to do. I didn't know a second level spell. I'm changing.
Wait a second. All right, I will err on the side of Burke. Sorry to do this to you again, Brian.
You're fine.
But yeah, raised dead is going to be the thing I'm going to go with.
Ain't no thing.
Cool.
And as I was looking through my College of Swords, because I keep forgetting that I was at that college and not of lore, I don't know how you would add this on, but it looks like I skipped something where if I'm wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, I get a +2 bonus to damage. Or 2-weapon fighting, when you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. I guess I will say to you whatever is easier to apply.
So it would probably have to be an effect of some sort that I have to build. I don't have that built, obviously, so I can put it on you as long as you don't. If you put on a second weapon or something, which I doubt you probably would, I just have to build the effect where it would add an additional, what'd you say, +2 to your attack?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that I just go back and forth between a rapier and a crossbow. So the dueling wouldn't apply to the crossbow since it's only for melee weapons.
Right. So I mean, even if you have that equipped, you're not dual wielding that. You're just using one, then using another. It's not like you're a rogue with 2 different daggers. At least that's how I'm thinking about it right now on the spot. So,
okay.
You're not slicing something with a sword and following it up with a crossbow bolt to the gut or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I'm thinking about it now until I think about it further. But yeah, for right now, I mean, that's fine. You just gotta, what we'll do is if we get in a battle tonight, you'll just need to remind me of that, of both of those until we get an effect figured out.
Perfect. And I believe that's all for me, but you're going to start seeing some flourishes from me.
I like flourishes.
And
It's good.
Yeah, that's all.
By the way, Kennedy tonight told me that she had a little xylophone she was playing with on the ground, and she told me that she used her music to make a dragon fly away, so she got her treasure. And I said, you need to talk to Uncle Matt about that one when he comes over next time.
Lindsay sent me a picture of you doing some sort of fantasy thing with her. Like pen and paper, obviously not on a screen, which I'd very much like to see.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
Awesome.
I'm trading Misty Step for Vortex.
Love it.
Sorry, I forgot.
What was that?
I'm trading Misty Step for Vortex Warp.
Vortex?
Warp.
Vortex Warp.
Apparently.
I don't have that. What is Vortex Warp?
It is a new spell included in Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos.
I don't have that.
Just use Misty Step, man. That's a good one.
I mean,
I don't have Strixhaven on here, so it's not a spell that you can use.
Right.
Burn.
I mean,
kind of like what happened with
Yeah.
Geralt.
So D&D world, brother. Some D&D, versions are much different than what we're playing. So you can't always take stuff from other areas.
Yeah, I just don't have the book. If you want to buy the book on Fantasy Grounds, then
it's an official.
No, I'm aware. I just don't have the book bought and downloaded to use on Fantasy Grounds, so that spell does not exist for us.
He doesn't have the module.
You can't
for
use it.
Is what he's saying, Ben. Like
sure.
He
let's. Well, I mean, we can.
Maybe you can come back to it later if you want to.
Can we have it as a like a placeholder?
I mean, you can use Misty Step.
Do you know what no means?
Well, we'll just have to.
I
can help.
You can buy a book if you want.
Yeah, correct. If you want the spell, like I did not want to buy Strixhaven, so I have not bought Strixhaven because I've heard it is not that good, so I didn't want to spend my money on it. So if you would like to buy Strixhaven for the group, by all means, we can figure that out. But I have no interest in buying Strixhaven with my own money right now.
How much is it for that on Fantasy Grounds?
Probably like $28, $29.
Split between 6 people?
Yeah, no, I'm not buying it.
No,
it's
you want it.
And everyone has access to all the spells and everything that are included.
Yeah,
but it's perfectly.
But I don't want access to those spells.
Then just pick if you want to buy it later and discuss it later, we can talk about it later. But right now, just pick
right now, just use Misty Step, dude.
Ian told me it was garbage.
If you decide to buy it later, and we'll let you change it, even though it's not a level up or something.
I thought about getting it, and then I read reviews on it, and it wasn't that great, so I decided against it.
Okay, well, we'll just have to wait for it until I can buy it, and we'll go from there. Vortex Warp is fucking worth it.
This color.
Yeah, I'd get rid of that color real quick. 2 2s in a row there, Carol.
Yeah.
I've been shaking up my dice too.
I guess I'll just keep Misty Step for the time being.
You got it.
All right.
Happy to change it whenever we do that for next time.
Okay.
That's legit.
Dude, Vortex Warp is worth it. Don't even.
Well, I hear you, brother, but we're not paying for it.
That's fine.
If you want it, you can pay for it.
If you want it, you pay for it.
We'll talk about it later.
All right,
everyone, it can be a donation.
Okay, stop.
I will dimension door you to wherever you want to go.
We're beginning. DM has spoken.
Okay.
Wait, let me.
So are we rolling? What's going on? Everybody's been rolling forever, so I think we start official rolls now.
All right, I did mine. Wait, that's.
Oh.
Who's 4?
Aviardos. I got 15. I'm gonna show. Can I show this?
I mean, he did roll initiative instead of a d20.
I always do that. It's easier for me.
All right, I rolled a 15.
That's pretty good.
So it would be Ardos. I rolled on behalf of Zal because I'm playing as him.
I figured.
When did Zal up? Did you level him up already?
I did. This man,
good.
By the way,
He's a genius.
I texted him.
He knows his character.
Yeah, in Discord, I said, "Hey, do you just want to take the standard level or do you want to roll? I said you could. He's like, well, I'll just take the standard. I said you could always download an app on a roll and roll a d8 and I'll add your con modifier. What he does is he sends me a picture of a d8 on an airplane tray in front of him with a 7 on it. He says, I happen to have my dice with me. And I told him he's a goddamn legend. So he rolled a 7 out on a d8 and got 10 points of health. He's got plus 3 con.
That is pretty legendary that he's got his dice with him on his trip.
Hell yeah. On a trip to the Netherlands, man.
Okay, so I'm going to do the recap. Honestly, it's been a month, and I was on a different computer last time, and my notes didn't carry over.
All right, no problem. It's been a month. There is some sympathy we will share.
Well, there's not. There's a cloud save. Go ahead.
I had them written in my notes section, but all I have is
diary
so what
did
notes.
we do?
Arcana check. I can operate this diagram. That's all I wrote. So on an Arcana check, I can operate this diagram. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
It means you rolled really fucking well.
I did roll really, really well, and I remember I can operate this thing. I rolled like a 25, and I can operate something that has to do with that, whatever the place we were at was.
Flying Fortress, I believe.
No, we're not.
Coral Spike, we're going to fight.
Okay, you're just going to tag me in here. You give me a high five, give me a tag in here. Okay, so last session we got
our way out of a dragon.
We had
great.
Yeah, okay, stop.
I'm still trying.
No,
it's fine.
Yeah, and we talked our way out of a dragon. The dragon was in the place behind the Coral Spike.
Ashgarleth was his name. Could you at least just say his name?
Yes, Ashgarleth.
Thank you.
Why were we there?
And we were there to kill him on behalf of the genie, but he wasn't there. So.
Oh my god!
Not exactly.
All right. Now it's tagging. Now it's tagging.
Don't do your
As we finally freed Rugger from being possessed. Remember that, I hope. We ran into another room. We heard this voice bellowing that says, "Please come in." Like, what is this? And then we turn the corner. There's a large bronze-scaled dragon with coral, all with a coral crown, and holding something very, very, very amazing, which was his seating area, and his name was Ashgarleth. The dragon, as we asked, did not know Zikrin, and was wondering what we could trade with him to search the room, because he had known this place only for what he did, as he had a hoard of gold, of emeralds, of everything hiding behind him. So we try to figure out how we're going to get these things, and we ask, can we look around? What are you going to offer? So we pull out 500 gold, and his beautiful bronze nose drops right down to the hand and sniffs it and says, 500 gold. You can get a minute to look around. And as we looked around,
full story.
We found, yes, you do. We found an old diary, a stray map with diagrams that showed the structure, the inner workings of some sort of cannon that someone may know how to do with arcane sigils, which is what he's trying to figure out, and then mixed other signals. We had to trade the scroll of Gravity Fissure, the scroll of Fireball for all items that we needed. And then we made our way out to the edge of the woods to set up camp as we tried to figure out what we were going to be going up with. None of the magical items gave us a vibe. The map that we had found showed us the exact location of the castle. And one of the things, as we were going through it, Ardos looked at it, and he understood the cross and the unicorn, and uncrossed his eyes. It started to make sense to him and understand pretty darn well how you could operate the cannon in the castle. That's what you could remember. We found out Lafa is the rival that is sought more highly, and he was a bully of Zikrin. And Lafa turned the book into the Cobalt Soul, not knowing Gazra was in there. And And also we found out there's giants in the area, so we need to be aware of them as they are very dangerous. And the diagram was something that we talked about, but nothing was there that we could figure out. And then, of course, Kiro says, so you are on your way to the castle now, aren't you? Good. I may see you there at the end of speaking with the dragon. Which is a little scary.
Cannon. Do we know who the cannon's supposed to kill? Or what's
it's in
it's the giant weapon
fortress.
in the flying fortress.
Which we're going to.
Blows the ships up.
And hopefully we can disable it or use it against the bad guys or something.
Wait, I said what?
You were trying to convince the dragon to be on our side.
That
was also part of it as well. I was told to skip that part because I was going too slow.
But I
went back to it. The dragon is somewhat on our side, wanting to protect his gold hoard and his children, should he have any.
But I'm hanging behind to talk to him.
No,
that's the original dragon that we met.
Okay.
No,
we're looking for a new.
No, it was the bronze one too. We tried to convince him as well, but I was told I was going too slow. But I really wanted to put that in because he had said that and it was very important.
Yep. Cool. So that was good tag team recap after a month. It was good. It was good.
Good job, Ben.
That's very good. So, you have successfully navigated your way out of Ashgarleth's den, Zikron's former lair, and have therefore navigated your way around 2 different adult dragons and got yourself to level 9. So, with the knowledge that you've gained, and again, Ben, what you saw was basically a schematic of a cannon, and you rolled exactly what you needed to be able to utilize this thing. You know how to use it. You comprehend how to use it, and so just from reading the schematic, again, very high roll, 25, was exactly what you needed to be able to understand it completely. And you also know precisely where this thing is. You had a rough idea previously based on the conversations you had in Amon, but you have the exact location, and you have the schematic to the cannon. In addition, you did also learn that this floating fortress was a home for giants. So I forget if I informed you or not, but this is a former home of giants. So you don't really know what happened with the giants, but you got the vibe that this was a very much a past tense home of giants, for whatever that's worth.
Okay.
That might have been on me that I missed that, but
yes. You just said that there was giants in there and that we need to be careful.
Yep. So former home of giants.
Do you think that means the giants want their home back?
Nope.
Oh.
So, Salty Six, what are you doing?
I think we should, because we just came off of a long rest, correct?
That's not where we went. You guys left, I believe, and did not yet bed down for the night.
Wounded.
I thought we did because we
did you?
We took turns doing watch.
Yeah, we did.
Not at the end.
I think that was towards the end because
nobody is healed. So I will.
Yeah, I still have 30 wound.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
I mean, we has
here's
59 wound.
Like
so.
we ended at the last watch. I think we didn't really make any decisions at that point yet. So.
We had just started. I'm gonna say this. We didn't do watch for this time. We had just started a long rest. That's where we ended because we had just made it out to our horses and up to the tree line, and Kira just cast the dome. Again, if I would allowed to do my full recap. Okay.
So now I'm full strong. Whatever, man. You could have told us that.
No, you told me to hurry up through the cool part.
You were slow.
For the cool part.
Detailed.
All right.
But slow.
All right.
Still all
So-
wounded.
You're not wounded anymore. I took it away.
Oh.
I healed you. I am your Lord and Savior.
That still says I'm wounded.
On this Easter day.
No, I
You
gave
didn't
I
get-
gave you full rest, long rest.
No, we're actually
Yeah.
are.
I think
we
on the
are still
combat
wounded.
tracker.
Combat
My
tracker,
combat
we're still
tracker
wounded.
still says-
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I'm
combat
not
tracker don't mean
sure.
shit. I'm looking at your character sheets.
It gives us all a long rest.
That's
It just updated, but Zal is not updated.
I have not given Saul a long rest yet.
There it is.
Alright.
I also have a
Yes.
lot of
Get
stuff you
everybody's
want.
all-
There's also stuff that you need to take off of us too.
Effects?
on.
I'm
Temporary.
sorry.
No effects. I'm good. Well, I'm incapacitated. That's good, right?
You're not anymore.
Turned.
Well, we're off. So where are you thinking we should go there, Vondel?
I think at this point, after our rest, we should head to make our way to the castle. And I think after speaking to Gazra as well, he's kind of on the same page that we want to head that way and to be safe and be careful on our way, because again, he also warned us that there were giants in the area, or could be giants in the area, as it was a former home of giants.
Well, we got to go back and get a ship to get up there, right?
No.
I mean, it's a hike. That's the thing. It's a ways away. Like, this thing is back towards Western. So it's a floating city or a floating castle. I mean, it's almost across the continent. You got to go a ways to find this thing. Remember, this was on the way to the Alabaster Sierras from Iman. You're on the other side of the continent from the Sierras. So this thing is
Like
one of
several
the
days.
airships had to turn around. Yeah, if you went on foot, you'd be there. You'd miss your 2-week window.
Well,
if
I
you were
do have my
see
ability
the-
to transport some folks. If
Can we
you
see
guys
our
remember.
world map?
You can. Let me find it here real quick for you.
Let me pull up that
Just wanna-
ability.
Want to gaze upon the Alabaster Mountains.
Alabaster. Yeah, my new skill or ability would allow us to go if I can visualize a tree in a place we've been, and then we can teleport to it.
Yes. Because if
Sure
we,
can.
So we just have to have been in that place, and then I can do that, right? In theory.
yes. So on the map, where would it be? You said it's closer to.
So you are. I'm going to put somebody from the combat tracker. This is not going to look pretty because it's not. That's where you guys are.
Okay.
There it is. Okay.
All right. And where do we need to go?
Based on a map,
I got Vondel.
you gotta go about there.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a bit.
That shouldn't be a problem because we've been to
been
Jordan
to Western,
Village
right?
and we've been to Western.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's still a
Western.
bit of a trek, but it's not bad.
Western would be so. The place that we need to go is that on the west or east side of the mountains.
Yeah, but
It is the mountains.
Okay.
Okay.
It is above them.
Probably.
We've also been to
Joran, BT Dubs, Joran is retconned into Phandalin for our campaign.
Right. That's what I meant. So we've been there.
Yeah. Of course.
So we could either go to Phandalin or we could go to, because we've been to Craghammer as well.
Oh, you have not been to Craghammer yet.
We
Yeah, I
haven't
don't
been there.
think so.
That's nope, have not been to Craghammer. It's on the map. It's on the map of things to
Sorry.
do, but it is not.
Right.
That's where you
I think-
believe you could get into the Underdark should you need to.
That's right. So I guess we could.
Western
Western's
is
probably our
probably
best
the best.
option.
Yeah, because that's at the foot of the mountains. and
It looks like
wouldn't-
it. We haven't been to
wouldn't
Gat
require-
Shadow, right? I don't think
No.
so. Okay.
We
Yeah, I
have
could
not.
visualize a tree there, and we could make the teleport. But we've been there.
We've been to Phandalin. So wouldn't it be better to do Phandalin because it's not a dangerous town? If I'm not
Is
mistaken.
Western dangerous?
No.
It was.
I think it was. I don't see
It was
Phandalin on the map.
Was that the Mind Flayer brothel?
Imel was the Mind Flayer
Kymel was the
brothel.
Mind Flayer brothel.
Western was the Cobalt Soul.
Yes. They don't like us. And Phandalin was where we had the Pumont.
What?
That was where the old Wave Echo Cave was, where he was creating all the, or he was trying to create all the magic items and things like that.
I don't see Phandalin on the map. What are you talking about?
Joran Village is retconned into Phandalin.
Okay. But I mean, I would assume that we, like, just looking at the mountains, like, I don't know, maybe it's easier access on one side compared to the other, but I don't remember exactly the...
DM.
You went into the mountains at one point. So Gat Shadow Peak was an area that you traversed around a little bit to get into the Cragmaw Goblin Camp, the castle area.
Right.
Yeah. You didn't have to climb too far. There's one side, the eastern side is a little bit easier to get up, but you didn't have to travel into the mountains, and you certainly didn't have to climb. You didn't have to try and get into a floating castle by any means.
Yeah.
So West Run or Phandalin / Joran Village would be our best options.
Yeah. I mean...
But remember...
any of them should work, so...
Cobalt Soul doesn't like us.
And...
they
don't really know that we've stolen from them, right? Technically.
I mean, no, but
Fink you have worn out your welcome with Fink despite saving his life. You have done enough to kind of turn Fink as a less than neutral party. Not actively against you, but he's not exactly going to help you out.
I'm going to help. All right, fair.
That might be my fault a little bit.
No, it's not. It's
a group effort.
Well, definitely.
All of us did dumb stuff to him, so
you did save his life.
We did save his life.
Did save his life.
All right,
that's what bought you the
So okay, we'll take the vote. Who wants to go to Phandalin? Who wants to go to West Run? West Run. Say yes.
I'm voting for Western as well.
Yeah, I think either one is fine. Whatever gets us closer.
Well, it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, like...
I will say this. I'm fine with West Run, but remember, Pumont is there and could have magical items.
In
Phandalin?
Isn't
that a good thing? Don't we
in
want
Phandalin.
Oh.
Well, I mean, there is that. We haven't gone shopping in a while, so...
Didn't he die in a
No, because I tried to steal from him,
accident.
And he's going to remember, and I get that. But no, we kind of blew up something there, or the cave kind of blew up and got covered and all this other bullshit. So
yeah, I thought he died.
He did not
make it out.
He did not. But
well, he's got
we could probably go to West Run if Jacob or if Brogger can get us to West Run, and then we can make our way from there. Plus, West Run has a higher probability of having a $500 diamond that we need.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so let's
this Gat Shadow place is right there, and I have a feeling that might play into what we're doing.
So I would say, Brogger, could you remember a place in West Run and teleport us there?
And you, buddy.
Because we don't really know about this technology yet. Don't put us like right in the middle of the city.
I'm not sure I know enough about technology to say that it's going to work in any way that I'm thinking it's going to work.
I don't think you know anything about technology.
Anyways, so yes, DM, I would like to do that. I've never done this before.
All right. So you walk out.
Are we gonna bring our horses?
I was just about to ask if you're bringing your horses or not.
We should be able to.
I'm bringing my horse.
I think.
Yeah. You have when you begin to cast this, you have 6 seconds before this portal closes. So you sit on the back of your horse. It is a single move, basically a single round for you all. Okay. And you think about it. You've never really cast magic before. You've had magic cast on you, but never really cast magic before. And so, you shut your eyes and squint really hard and wave your hands in front of you, thinking that that's going to work. And then suddenly it does. And you just feel like the smartest person in the face of the earth. And then you realize, oh shit, I only have 6 seconds to do this, and this voice in your head just starts making fun of you, and the totem itself is basically calling you a dumbass, and then you start ushering people through the trees, and it this like hole opens up in the tree, and you can see through it into a familiar expanse. Several trees around it, but you recognize the area that you've successfully cast a spell to get you to Westruun. So you usher everybody through and shut your brain off from the totem, and you're through.
On the way through, Ardos looks at him after seeing his arms do the wavy thing, and just shakes his head, smiling. It's like first time doing magic, huh? Good job.
Thanks, I did great. Shut up.
I turn to him and I say, I say to Brogger, it's kind of like making love to a woman.
Yeah, it wasn't, but thanks for that.
It actually wasn't.
I'm gonna give a.
That's not the kind of love I'm liking. So
to say thank you to Brogger.
I say that's like what you're supposed to. That's you know.
I'm gonna throw up in a minute. So
yeah, you're a virgin. It's okay. It's all good.
And I would. How close are we now to Westruun?
You find yourself on the outskirts. You're probably about, since you're on your horses, it's probably only about a 5-minute ride to it. You're at a small grove of trees right outside the city.
I'm going to tell everybody, I think we should make haste. We should get into Westruun, find the diamond that we were looking for the new feat our bard has, and then just start heading out.
Sounds like a plan. We got to head north.
It's a memorable tree.
What can we see? Can we see can we see the castle in the sky, or is it like not a good way to look for that yet?
I mean, the peaks are pretty darn high. You got Gas Shadow right there, which takes up a majority of the mountain, and then they crest through the clouds, so you can't really see much of anything.
That is fair. So yeah, let's get moving then, since we probably got a ways to go. Do we have the gear though, right?
We have climbing gear.
Right.
We also
need to replenish on our ropes, or are we doing good on rope? I think I've got like 50 feet.
I think I've got when we get into town, we'll find somebody to find the diamond, and then hopefully we can find someone who's got some pittons and some more rope just out of safety for inventory purposes.
Yeah, I just don't have much in my inventory, buddy. You're our pack mule, so.
I know. I don't think I have any more pittons left, so I need more of those.
Yeah, just want to make sure we got what we need.
I don't normally do this, but I will re-emphasize the fact that you are going to a floating castle.
Well,
we can't climb there.
You can't climb there.
I told you we needed to get an airship, right?
Yeah, but do you know who also is in Westruun? You turd ball?
It should be our buddy, right?
Yes, he has a name.
But I don't. Well, Sprox.
What's his name?
The commander?
No. The hippo.
I don't know his name. Oh, that guy. He's not in charge of the airship. He
joined the airship.
Okay. Well. But yes, we could get you learn on our side again.
Thank you.
All right, fine.
Very strategic.
I'd forgotten that you learn join the airship.
Go find him.
Oh yeah,
certainly had forgotten that.
Oh
yeah. Go into town and see who we can find.
I'm picturing us getting all the way to the top of a mountain, like pain in the ass. I'll climb up and just look up, and the place is like 200 feet, 300 feet above us.
I was going to try and avoid that as much as I could.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just want to be ready.
You know? Yeah, I know.
Well, shit. What do we do now?
Son of a bitch.
We're just like jumping at it. Yeah. Like cats.
No. I mean, as long as it's 60 feet, I can just Misty step up there.
Hey, we both could.
Humat Retriever.
We'll see.
Humat.
We'll see.
When I get my vortex warp, I can
dimension door 500
other
feet.
people that way.
That's true. Dimension door, but it's 2 people.
That's only 2 people.
Once a day.
Hey, Google. Shut up, Google.
Or twice a day now, actually, right?
Well, if you took me up there, then I would know the distance, and I could go poof, 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 poof.
It's like 150 feet, and you just poof to nowhere.
I know, I would die. I would totally die.
All right. So you were out in the outskirts of Western, and walking in. You the gates are open. It's midday or so the gates to the city are open. And where do you plan on going?
I think we should go to the
shop.
Yeah, let's go to the shops first, and then we're gonna head to look for Ullern.
Okay, so you head towards the market ward. It's in the southwestern area of the city. So you remember this place because of the businesses. It's a very, very busy marketplace type of a joint. A lot of different stands, things like that. Much different than the shops and things like that you saw in Amon with the wooden sign swinging and things like that. But this is kind of the standard way that Westruun runs their stuff. Some of them are more established than others, but a lot of them, majority of them, look kind of transient tents and things like that. So I'll have you can either make an investigation check to try and find a diamond worth what you're looking for, or you can just run to the auction house and see what they got there.
I'll do an investigation check first, if that's an option.
All right, rock the investigation check.
There's some stuff and some things.
There are some stuff and some things. It takes you a little bit of time. Better part of the afternoon. You do find some pretty interesting places. It takes you a couple hours, but you ultimately do find a shop that has diamonds like the type you're looking for.
Beautiful. I would like to talk to the shop's proprietor.
Okay, so you there's no going in really. It's like a farmer's market where it's just a tent. This one is a little bit more, like I mentioned, established. It's not exactly cloth flaps and things like that, because as you walk in, there are jewels behind what appears to be kind of a glass countertop. But it appears that the back of the tent, if it were, while it's covered in cloth, the individual is surrounded by a protective metal barrier, so nobody could come behind them and steal the items.
Like a pawn shop?
Like a tent pawn shop type thing. Yeah.
Before I even speak with him, I just want to understand that if he has a diamond that's worth 500 gold, and he sells it as such, or if it's not actually worth 500 and it's worth maybe like 200, and he's trying to hike up the price to 500, how would we know the difference? Or in the same token, if I try and persuade him to drop the price of it, does that affect the ultimate price of it?
Good question. It should be like diamond size, not diamond value.
I'm not gonna fuck you over in this regards. If you have a 500 gold diamond, you'll have a 500 gold diamond. I'm not gonna screw you over and try and haggle with you and then say, yeah, this 500 gold diamond is actually a
$499
or something like that.
Gold diamond.
Would you expect us to pay the exact 500 for it? There's no haggling.
Correct. Yeah, if you spend 500 gold, you're going to get a 500 gold diamond.
Okay. Now, if it originally cost 500 gold and we bust them down to 300 gold, does it change the effect of the diamond?
It's a 300 gold diamond is what he just explained.
Yep.
We're to buy it at 300. So
yep.
There's no haggling. This is the Carmax of diamonds.
Fair enough.
And yeah, so I am looking for. Should we get 1 or 2? Vondel?
2.
And 2 to be safe, right?
1 for you to hold, 1 for me to carry.
This can revive us.
Yes.
Correct. If we
I always
get
thought
down
Raised
and
Dead
we're
was
actually
like
killed.
you didn't come back as like the same person. Like you came back as some sort of like golem. But I was wrong.
This is a spell, so I can use it on us. I can use it on NPCs, just as long as all of its body parts are in line and it hasn't been dead more than 10 days.
10 days is so long. It'd be so
It's a
gross.
long time. It's a long time.
Yep. That person's
But-
not coming back normal.
Ugh.
Actually,
Your nose,
they
sir.
do. They come
I know
back
they
with all of their stuff healed, and if they had any poison or whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and buy some. I tell the shopkeeper what I'm looking for. Looking for 2 diamonds, each of them in 500 price exactly range.
Yep.
And looking to spend 1,000.
You're looking to basically be able to cast this spell, and you need the components to be able to do it. He looks at you. He kind of looks you up and down, looks around your people, and kind of bends down and sticks his hands. You see him. You're standing at the counter. He sticks his hands underneath the glass, but you don't see his hands actually go under the glass. So what you are seeing, you gather, is some sort of illusion. It's not really glass. There's not really jewels underneath, because you don't actually see his arms and go underneath into the desk in front of him. He pulls out a lockbox that he then pulls out a large ring of keys, picks a small one out, undoes the lock, opens it up, and inside, you don't see what's inside. He flips open the lid, and the lid is facing you, and he takes out 1 diamond, places it to one side, and takes out another diamond and places it to the other side. These are pretty hefty looking diamonds. Shuts the lid, locks it back up, and puts it back underneath the desk, and he says, "These 2 diamonds will be a total of 1,000 gold pieces."
Okay.
I wave my hand in my bag, and I hand him the 1,000 gold. And we take
So 1 to me and 1 to Vondel.
adding it to my inventory.
All right. Let me No, I'm not giving you a diamond worth 5,000 gold pieces. Are you fucking kidding me, game?
It's okay. It's a discount.
Seems reasonable to me.
You're fucking crazy.
Oh, you putting it in? Because I just added it to my inventory.
Yeah, I'll put it in for you real quick so you have it.
Okay.
Diamond 500 GP. Flavor. Let's see, Vondel. Your inventory will have 1 diamond of 500 GP in it.
Okay.
And then, Kirill, your inventory will have 1 diamond of 500 GP in it. There you go. Sin problema.
I
No, when you're dealing with that kind of shit, where it's like, I need something to be this amount, or else I'm screwed. Like, I'm not gonna, someone in the team dies, and then because some jackass in Western screwed you. Like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
It's such a weird thing, though. 500 gold piece diamond. Like, why couldn't it just been like a medium-sized diamond or something?
Because there has to be value to purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole economy for this. So.
Yep. It's a powerful spell that requires a lot of gold to be able to make it work, because it's got to do something powerful. So it had to be equated to something.
And I would like to see if we can find just the general shop to find some pittons and some extra rope and some grappling hooks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can find that stuff pretty darn easily. I gotta pull out my Dungeon Master's Guide, figure out what some of those things cost. But actually, I think
I would also lament to say that if we don't stop by, since Zal is with us, but not with us, I feel he would want to stop to see Madame Lazul, just to say hello.
Alrighty, no problem. Let's see. Rats, I thought we
Fondle makes the DM regret not preparing entirely.
No, I'm looking for the cost of things.
I know, no worries.
I think this thing had it, and it did not.
You have to shove it up their ass.
You could just
what are you talking about?
I'm wondering what happens to the diamond. What do you do? What do you do with the diamond to make
it
from the dead?
Basically evaporates. Yeah, you use the entire energy and it disappears at the end of it.
You don't shove it up their butt.
No, you hold it in your hand and as you cast the spell. It's just like holding anything in your hand when you're casting a spell. You cast a spell, and then it becomes, we'll say, a little ball of light. And then that ball of light then generates the necessity to revive the person.
It's like energy.
Right. Correct. Okay, so you're looking
make you feel better, Ben, then I can keep the diamond up my butt as I carry it around.
The old Keister stash. I like it.
The old prison wallet?
Yeah.
So
probably not a bad idea.
It is up my butt. That's how I carry it around.
Wow. Okay.
The old brown diamond. Oh, that's corn. Yep. Yeah, there's.
Okay, DM. What?
Sponsorship again.
Alrighty. So, so it's easy enough to find. You're looking for what exactly?
I just want to make sure I have some extra pittance. We'll just say 10 pittance. And then I already have one 50-foot thing of rope, but I want 2 more just for safety in case we have to tie them together. And then some grappling hooks for tying on the end to throw.
Gotcha. Okay. So each 50-foot length of rope is about 3 silver.
So 9 silver.
And each pit, if you're looking for about each stack of like 10 pittance, is about 5 silver.
Okay. So I've got 14 silver due. What about the hooks? My treble hooks.
Grappling hook. Yeah, the grappling hooks are probably about 10 silver each.
Okay, so I am going to be down. I want 3 of those, so 40. For silver, I'll get that up. I'm going to add them to my inventory real quick.
All right.
Rope. I now have 4. 10 pittance. While I'm adding it, we can head to Madame Lazul. I don't know what Zal would want to see from Madame Lazul, but I'm sure that he'd want to go talk to her.
So, you wander down and you find the creepy. I mean, really, it was a creepy looking area. This is an old woman. Looks somewhat of a half orcish nature. Again, blind, completely milky white eyes. So you walk in, and it's like you're walking into a black and white painting. Very dark, very drab, very colorless and lifeless. As though nobody ever has visited there since the last time you walked in. And Zal is the first person to walk in, shoves the door open, and it says, "Hello, Madame Lazul, are you here?" And a few seconds go by, and 10, 15 seconds go by. And Braga, you're starting to kind of get antsy. You kind of just start looking around, and there's a big skull just kind of collecting cobwebs in the corner. You kind of walk over there and kind of pick your finger up and kind of stick it in its eye socket.
and
kind of chuckle to yourself. And as you do that, you see her crazy, freaky, milky white eyes appear behind the bookshelf, and where, like, right next to the skull where you were sticking your finger in, and kind of jump back and freak out.
Constitution
She kind
check.
of, yeah, exactly. Kind of pee a little bit. She kind of like. You ever see people blink, like, eyes independently of one another, like not blinking at the same time, but just kind of like off kilter? Like, that's how she blinks.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Real weird, like one after the other, like a wave.
Nice to see you there, madam.
Zool.
I'm gonna go away now. Like, I'm gonna definitely move away from her. So
She turns to the
She's not my
side
bro.
and walks along the back of the bookshelf and comes back around and says, she kind of sniffs the air and looks down at Zal and then looks at the rest of you and says, seems like you've been busy. You've been finding quite a few Loas, I'd say, and not all of the good variety. And she makes eyes with you, Brogger. She's blind as a bat, but she looks directly in your direction.
Don't be creepy at me, okay? What did I do?
She says, it seems like you're on your path, but your path may be swayed. I would be careful.
Fair. I hear you. So
she looks back to the rest of you and says, how can I help you all? And Zal looks at her and just kind of holds his Loa up and kind of looks back at Vondel and kind of ushers you up and and you bring yours up and you show her the shark Loa and kind of hold it up to her. She holds her hands out and she picks up both the Loa of Shrivala and Grawl, and she says, yes, this is indeed what I told you about. There are only a few more left out there.
How about the one that I have? And I'll hold up my new one.
She looks at you and she says, that one is very dangerous.
Yeah.
All of these together are very dangerous. They must be in very good hands, especially that one.
All right, no problem. Any advice for my handling of this particular item?
Don't get too connected with it. The minute you let it in is the minute it will take control.
Well, I'm a little familiar with that, so I'll be on the lookout. I promise.
Also, you shouldn't be intending to keep it. Any of these.
No.
The intent is to either lock away or destroy the one that you have. And the ones that you two have, looking back at Zal and Vondel, those should only be used when necessary. And she puts them back and says, so what is your intent? Looking at you, Vondel. What is your intent with these?
Our intent is to protect them and, as you said, only use them when necessary. And at some point, I believe we will, with Zal, return them to where they belong.
Okay.
I have no ill use of this. I want to make sure that it is honored in the way in which it should be, and then taken care of in the way it should be as well.
She says, I trust all of you. She looks at, her face moves in the direction of Roger. She says, I trust you as well. Have the best of intentions. So be careful. Zol says, where else should we go? What else are we to do? You say there's more out there. Yes, there are some more that are hidden. It seems that you're on a path to find those that are hidden. You've already found one by chance. Perhaps the others should come to you. And that's all she says. Then she looks at you, gives back the Loas, and says, now, is there anything else?
I don't know if... With the spells Zal has, does he need anything from her that you are aware of?
The spell? What do you mean the spell?
His spells.
Any of his spells?
Yeah.
I don't know off the top.
Okay.
If he does, I mean, I'll retcon it if he does.
Perfect. I was going to say, can we put a pin in that one? Should he needs it, then we buy it. Okay.
No problem.
Perfect. Then other than that, no, we do not. And I would just like to say thank you for your time. We just wanted to stop and say hello and show you the path.
She nods and slowly walks back to the back of the shop, and it is back to its creepy old self.
Awesome. And let's get out of here. Let's see if we can find You Learn. And by chance, just so everybody's aware, we're also looking for Captain Van Cleef.
Yeah.
So either Captain Van Cleef, or if we can find You Learn, to see if they're willing to get us close enough to the tower or to the castle.
What time of day is it? Do we know?
It's a couple hours to find the diamond merchant in the thing. You got there about midday, probably about 1 or 2. So it's probably pushing 6 o'clock at this point in time.
Well, that's dinner, and I would think that if we're gonna look for those folks, we might find them in a local tavern or a place you can get some food and some drink.
Yeah.
We could try to investigate those, for like an hour, check a couple of them, and see if we can find anybody we recognize.
I would venture. Where is it? Hang on, I need to find it.
To ask for information from someone.
Wouldn't they? Yeah. I mean, I don't know where I know they have the Market Ward, the Opal Ward, the Resident Ward, the Underwalk Ward.
Underwalk, yep.
But I'd like to try to, I'd like to find the one where, the most frequent in bar. I guess are the bars near each other or the inns near each other? Because I know there's the inn ward, which is the residential ward.
Right. The residential ward is where you primarily find the pubs and the inns and things like that.
Okay. So I think we should head to the residential ward to find the pubs and then just kind of hang out outside to see if we see anyone walking. Because I'm assuming they're going to be close to each other because the entire ward is that.
Sure. So you're looking for members of the Pandemonium.
Yes.
Like out in the residential ward. Gotcha.
Yeah. Or if we see, I'll say this, or if we see people who are, who look like they are of the military type who might be able to help direct us to them. That makes sense?
Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay.
Because I assume they frequent the same establishments.
Yeah. That would make sense. So you hadn't seen them around the Market Ward. You go to the residential ward and find just a random pub in the wall. Just a corner joint. Go in, grab some drinks, and walk outside and stand against the walls, just kind of watching the traffic go by a little bit, and keeping an eye out right and left. You start to see a little scuffle break out about 20 feet down the road to the right. People start shoving into people, and then a couple punches get thrown, and it starts to get a little noisy. They don't see anybody. don't see any of them.
What the heck is that?
I think we should go investigate.
What the heck is that?
It's a little rowdy.
Where we going, man? You want to try another one?
Yeah. I think we should try another one.
Is this
Okay.
We'll just head to the next one.
Head to the next pub. So you walk down the street and kind of away from the kerfuffle, and you find another tavern. And this one happens to be on a corner, so it's got an intersection. Still a lot of foot traffic. This is one of the, well, it's a residential ward. This is one of the poorer areas in the city. So it's it's got very, very good food, very good places, but it's very, very tightly packed. Like, this is the only place where people can live, and so there's a myriad of different types of people, but a lot of them are poor and downtrodden. So you're kind of pushing your way through the masses. You get into a corner pub, and again, go and grab a couple drinks, and again, go outside to try and get a better view of the road. So, considering the location of this pub, I'll give a group investigation check, trying to see what you see.
All right.
I gotta do an investigation check with Zal.
Ugh. What a fucking 4.
He rolled a 2, so he's not much better.
Come on, Kiro, bring up our average.
I mean, he did. He did 11, 13, 14.
Oh.
Yeah, not good. 11, 13, 14, 7, and 5. So you stand around, you're looking. You do not see a giant hippo man. You're all kind of looking for Euler, he sticks out like a sore thumb. You're not able to see him. It's just not happening for you.
Okay, I guess we move on. Do we see anyone that might be able to direct us where he might be?
With that roll, you can see somebody in somewhat of a soldier-like attire. More metal helmet and not necessarily regalia, but kind of more suited for a as a local constable of some sort. But that's about it.
Okay, so he probably doesn't know anything.
Hey, you don't know. That's there's a couple of them over there, but they're all kind of dressed the same. You kind of get the vibe that they might be, police or the law in the city.
Maybe we ask the bartender or whoever's running the place.
I mean, I think I
try
could
to find him.
I think we can ask I don't know. Do we really want to talk to the Popo?
I mean, no, I don't want to talk to the police personally.
Who wants to ask directions?
Yeah, let's just ask the bartender. Somebody who's running the place.
Let's ask the bartender.
I would suggest that Kirill will be our chief discussioner, asker of questions to said barkeep.
Give me a couple of gold pieces.
God damn it!
I hand Kirill 10 gold pieces.
All right.
A second for my inventory check, but yes, you get 10 gold pieces. And I'm looking at him like, don't buy alcohol.
I mean, you can, but at least share is what Braga thinks. So
I go in. Am I by myself? Are you guys coming with me?
I'm coming with you. Braga will come up. So if we do buy a drink, it'll be for me.
You walk in, and again, this place is. I mean, it's not crazy. I mean, it's midday. Or not midday. Excuse me. It's towards the early evening hours, so it's not crazy. But with the mass of people that's outside, it's definitely, it feels less crowded in here. But as you look around, there's not any seats, so it's pretty packed. You walk up to the bartender, and she's kind of going back and forth between the different patrons that are walking up to the bar, ordering drinks. She's, got three glasses in her hand, holding on the stems and filling them up, and sliding them along the bars as quickly as she can. A dwarven female individual, blonde hair, large locks down in two kind of pigtail ponytails as she's moving around very, very quickly.
I start flicking a gold piece, up in the air and catching it, and then rolling it down my knuckles, but like in plain sight, obviously trying to get her attention.
She hears the the initial like thumb flick, the ding, as you're kicking this thing up in the air, and her eye immediately goes over and looks, traces it in the air, and she continues to deliver her drinks.
She doesn't really care.
No, she notices it, but she continues to deliver the drinks that were in her hand, and she does come over and say, "What you want?"
How would you like to make the easiest money you've ever made?
She looks at you. She looks at Brogger, who's standing next to you.
Yeah, hi.
What's entailed in that?
Information.
She looks a little bit relieved. She says, "Okay. Information for what?"
We're looking for somebody, a friend. His name is Ulern. He is a very, very large hippopotamus man.
She just starts laughing.
He carries guns.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, she just starts laughing. She's like, "Yeah. He comes around here from time to time. I haven't seen him in a couple days, but it's kind of hard to miss a giant hippopotamus man."
Is there anybody here that you've seen him with, or anyone that I could talk to?
You know where he's staying?
No, they have a I think they run an airship. Like that thing, it's been broken down for them for a while.
Exactly. Where's the
They're on the outskirts of town. I mean, they obviously can't bring that thing in here. We don't have an airship dock anywhere, but they do come in from time to time as they're trying to get fixed up. I think they're pretty darn close to fixing the thing, actually.
Okay. Can you tell me exactly where it's at, and this gold piece is yours?
I mean, they should be on the east side of town, out on the outskirts of town. It should be on the east side.
All right. And then I flick the gold coin to her and give her the gun and the wink, and I say, "Thank you kindly."
She, her thick dwarven arm reaches out very quickly, snatches it out of thin air, takes a bite into it, and realizes it's real, and gives you a wink and a finger gun back.
All right, and then we go out, and I report my findings.
But you've got 9 more gold. We could drink.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. All right, fine.
Well, Kirill definitely is a fan of drinking, but Kirill definitely would have stayed for drinks, but then understood by what the barmaid said that they might have the ship fixed. So he decided to expeditiously leave the establishment while grabbing Brogger, pulling him.
All right, I'm coming.
All right, so
know where to go.
Outside, and I'm like, "Guys, we got to go to the outskirts of town. We got to go east to the outskirts of town. They're apparently the airship's still broken down, but she thinks that they might be close to finishing it, but she hasn't seen them in a couple of days. So we need to get on the outside of town quickly, and hopefully they're still there."
All right. Well,
let's go.
Got our horses, so let's go.
Giddy up.
Yep, we got all our stuff, so.
All right.
Right, so start heading in the general direction of the eastern outskirts of town.
And it is starting to get a little bit dusky, so reaching the hours of the day when the sun begins to set behind the hills, behind the horizon. But as you get to the outskirts of town,
we all have dark vision. It's cool.
You're fine. You can. That's right. You can see into eternity.
Mm-hmm.
So as you leave the eastern edge of town and you approach the outskirts, go ahead and make another investigation group investigation check.
All right, you guys changed your color. Color.
Oh,
yeah. There we go. That'll work.
I thought that was a 1.
Yeah, so did I.
No.
I was confused by it.
I did terrible.
1-ish.
There we go. There's one.
There we
I
go.
thought that was a 1. That was a 1. Doesn't matter. Kirill walks outside. He knew exactly the location that dwarven lady was telling him, and just walks out of the gates and looks in the general direction and just sees the airship, the one of the masts of the airship peeking out above what appears to be quite a large hill. If you're coming up to it, you know exactly what you're looking for, and you ride the horse in that general direction, and everybody follows you. And as you approach this airship, just kind of, you're beginning to crest this hill, and you're seeing more and more of this airship, and it's looking a lot better shape than you left it several weeks ago. It's really been like, holy hell, when was it?
In a while.
I mean, since the last you saw them, it's probably been a couple months. So probably about a good 7-8 weeks since you last saw them.
I turn to Vondel and I ask if he's adjusting to the diamond being in his butt too.
It's very. I would look at Kirill and say, "It ain't my butt, buddy."
And Kirill says nothing and looks away.
Is it dark? It's pretty dark, but we can see, obviously. But do we want to be rude to them and, show up on their doorstep at dark?
Look, you guys, it's not too dark yet. I mean, it's probably about 7:30.
Yes, we're showing up.
All right.
It's not dark. It's
Let's
duskish.
go crash them and see if they got food.
No, we're just gonna crash and say hello.
Fair.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we should kind of slowly make an approach, not like riding up on them really fast, so that they don't think that we're attacking them.
Loud whistling.
Yeah, but still making haste to get to them, but just not in an offensive looking manner.
We're not sneaking on them, that's for sure.
And we're not rolling on them either. So
right
in between the two.
That's fair. So you ride up and go along the side where you know that there is there's a rope ladder that can be dropped down, and you're sneaky enough that people aren't noticing where that you're approaching. So, what do you say as you approach this thing to try and get some attention, or do you?
Say hello. We are looking for you. We are friends of his.
Yeah. We could just say
so
it's Salty Six, here to say hello. They know us.
One of the windows in the side of the airship opens up. One of the windows that a cannon would normally fit out of, and you see the large snout, now covered in soot, of Ullern kind of peek out. Kind of squints a little bit, blinks his eyes, rubs it with his massive hands, and looks down and he says, "Ah, gents, it's been a while."
Indeed it has, old friend.
Yeah, come on aboard. Let me give me a minute. Let me run up and get the rope down for you. And give him a couple minutes. You can still hear his heavy footfalls, even though it's quite a ways away. And after a little bit, you see a rope ladder fling over the side of the ship. you all clamber up, and as you climb up and over, Ullern grabs with his massive hand, pulls each one of you up onto the deck of the ship and gives you a big hug, each one of you as you come up. And says, "It's great to see you boys again. It's been a while."
The pleasure is ours.
But it has been a while. You're still here.
Seems like you're faring quite well on the airship life.
It's not quite airship life at this point. It's we haven't really moved too far. Shortly after we dropped you off, our ship shut down pretty much, and we got about as far as we could make it, and had to haul it back here. So, not really airship life at this point, but I've been in charge. I've taken charge of the cannons, and nice. I've made some adjustments.
Very good.
Took a lot of repairs, so I've been doing that, but she's about ready to take off here in the near future.
I'm sure Sprox is having
It's almost airworthy.
Almost. It's close. Close.
Anything we can help with for that to help it get up? Anything you need?
I haven't the slightest idea what it is the hell Sprox does to get this thing flying, so you'd have to go talk to her.
All right. Let me tell you what we need from you is a big favor. Do you think that do you have anything on your agenda coming up soon once this thing is done? Any tasks that you need to do? Because we are in need of a ride. And possibly an assault.
Very least.
He chuckles. He's like, well, considering they just fixed the thing, I'm not sure how much of an assault that they're going to be big fans of, but considering it's you, I don't think it would take too much of convincing to get you where you're going. Or at least on the outskirts. Where are you trying to go? Are you trying to go to, Primal again? Like, we've spent our time there. I can't think of... You need to go to Craghammer or Fort Dario or something?
Only a place that an airship could take us at the present time, which is a castle in the sky.
His eyes kind of widen. Castle in the sky, eh? That sounds exciting.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
How about...
You boys always like to find trouble, don't you?
That we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You're always welcome to join us, too, man, if you want to...
We could certainly use your gun.
Your cannons. Sounds like you've been working on them, so...
Again, I'm not quite sure how excited these folks would be for potentially getting shot out of the sky again, but perhaps I might be able to join for one last venture.
This is exciting.
So do you think you can convince the crew? Or what would it take to convince the crew?
I'm not quite sure. Again, I think we're still somewhat a ways out. So I think it's may take a little bit of convincing, but I think I could probably get them there.
Okay. So do you think we should go talk to Sprox now?
I mean, we certainly can.
Just to see where we're at for...
How's the captain doing?
I mean, he's the captain. He is, he is an interesting individual. But, I mean, he's doing fine.
Go Van Cleef.
Yes. So, well, who would you like to go see first?
I think out of respect for the ship, we say hello to Captain Van Cleef, and then we can go see Sprox.
True.
Okay. Let's go Talk to Van Cleef.
Cool with us being on his ship and all.
Understood. All right. So he leads you to the captain's chambers. And Van Cleef is not one for much formality. You walk in, he's got his goggles on his forehead still, and he's looking around at all of you, and he just has this big grin suddenly appear on his face, and he says, "What are you sons of bitches doing?"
Wouldn't you believe we're here again to see if you need help?
I don't believe it.
We're hoping you guys are doing better now. Looking good.
I mean, it's better than when you guys left us, or I guess when we left you, but we haven't really gone much further, have we?
True.
You
might be able to help with that. So,
well, I mean, we're about ready to go, but I imagine that you're not coming in to say, "Hey," just for the heck of it.
No, we're not. I mean, we don't want to mince words. We don't. That's why I want to stop and say hello to you first after meeting with Euler.
Of course, you guys go way back and a little bit further back than us, so I totally get it. So what does bring you here?
We are needing some help getting to a castle. We cannot climb there. It is in the sky.
A floating castle in the sky?
Yes.
Okay. I could see an airship being of use to you there.
Yes.
What's the catch?
Well, the catch is that it likes to shoot things. The castle does
a little bit.
So you see his face kind of stop being as friendly as it was before, but it's not friendly, but the smile lessens.
The hope is if we can.
Things.
There's a cannon, and I'd rather just be honest with you. They have one cannon that tends to take out flying ships. We don't know if it comes from a specific direction or not. And most flying ships don't get taken down by the cannon. Most of them can fly away that we've seen, which is good. It's good. But our hope is to get close enough to basically drop us off, and you can just go on your way. We don't expect you to attack or do anything. Though if you want to, you can.
Yeah, even if we can sneak in somehow, that would be ideal. If we could figure out a way to do that.
Or get us close enough to see a tree up there.
Even
if it's
a tree.
Because if I remember correctly, there's a giant tree as a marking point where this place is. That's on there. If I remember the map correctly. And if we see the tree, we can probably teleport to it. Whether it's from a far distance, it doesn't matter as long as we can see the tree.
I mean, with my new ability?
Yes.
Well, we don't have to have been there before, Brian.
You have to have seen the tree.
I've just seen the tree.
Oh, okay. Well,
so through an spyglass, far enough away, you can see a tree.
Yeah. All right.
So
yep.
That is
spot on.
That is what that's what we're asking. So we could be very far away with a spyglass just to see a tree on this castle is the hope.
That's some options,
So we don't have to engage in a fight.
Right. Very much for that. If we can.
And I just smile and say, we're here to help you too. And what you need is what you'll get from us.
He kind of sits back, and as you've continued talking, his smile has lessened and lessened to the point where he's just he's got a toothpick in his mouth, and it just is his lips are kind of pursed with the toothpick, just kind of sticking out of it. He says, "You guys always tend to lead to some pretty interesting things. And I recognize it's not your fault that our airship was blown to smithereens before. Oh, wait, it was. Okay.
Remember how good of a cook I was?
I remember how good of our cook was. before you got on our ship.
And I just bow and say, our respects to Connor.
Right. Thank you. Okay, so let me get this straight. You want me to take my ship, which hasn't been airborne in about 2 months, 3 months, which is, a glorified cart for all it was to get us back to this point. You want me to take it on its maiden voyage, since it's been fixed, to a flying castle in the sky that has some sort of cannon that could shoot us out, that likes to shoot airships out of the sky. And you don't know where that sucker's pointing at any point in time, but you got to get close enough a spyglass can see a tree.
Yeah.
Get it. You get it.
I think that's a pretty
Again,
accurate summary.
Sounds like the gist.
Again, Captain, I'd rather lay our cards on the table than try to convince you or lie to you about what is ahead. It's not fair.
500 gold.
Pretty reasonable.
500 gold. We're mercenaries? 500 gold?
No, Captain.
I tap Kirill and I just say, for all that they have done for us, this is nothing.
Yeah.
It's in Kirill's nature. He can't help himself.
I know, and that's why I tapped you. I wave my hand and I pull out 600 gold and I say, here's 600 gold. You wanted 500, we'll give you 6.
He picks up the bag, pours it down on the table, parses out 500 gold, and parses out 100 gold, and he says, I'll do it for 500 gold. And he pushes back the 100 gold to you. He said, anybody else, I'd take the 600, but we've been here for a while. I haven't been able to be a mercenary in months. I got to make some living, but this 100 is yours. Your friends, I'm not going to take it from you, but I do need to make money in some way. And he takes the 500 gold. He says, you got yourself a deal.
And I bow my head in thanks.
Yep.
And say, what else do you need from us to get ready?
He's like, at this point, Sprox about has everything done. You can go with Ulearn if you want and see what other kind of repairs need to be done on the ship. But I would say in probably the next day or two, we'll be ready to go.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you. And he looks over at Ulearn and he says, you've put a hell of a job out of this ship. So, I know these guys mean a lot to you, so we'll see how this goes. And Ulearn looks at him and says, you're right. We'll see how this goes. And he turns around and walks out and kind of ushers you all out of the captain's quarters.
Got a ship, guys.
Nice work. We made it.
All right.
Ulearn, what do you need from us?
Yep.
He looks around. He says, the ship's pretty in the best shape it's going to be from the crew that we have here. Some of them got wiped off after the explosion took place, but I would recommend going and talking to Sprox to see what else is there. I think the physical nature of the ship has been fixed. Just not quite sure how to get this thing airborne.
Okay.
She's in the back. She'll be looking at the broomstone.
Thank you, Ulearn. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
I guess we walk our little tushies down to see Sprox.
And your tushies are now talking to Sprox. She is, as per her usual self, she is knee deep in just the guts of this ship. The goggles on her eyes, like sparks flying kind of everywhere. Her hair is kind of singed. The pink hair of hers kind of singed on the ends of her pigtails. And she's completely focused on the weld job that she's doing right now, trying to get this stone you get set into the back of the ship. Not completely devoid of the world around her, just solely focused on the job.
I guess when we walk down there, I just scream Sprox as loud as I can. See, she doesn't notice at first. You notice a sense of halting in what she's doing, and then she continues to like as though she kind of maybe heard something, and then she just continues to work. You just see this sparks fly and brightness fill her face, like this flash fills her face as she's continuing to weld. I scream as even louder because I know interrupting someone in a welding phase is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Carol doesn't care about that, and he's sneaking up on her, seeing that he's
gonna play a trick on her. He's gonna stab your ass.
Well, he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me barter, so Carol has to do his mischievous.
Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
Jesus.
What a great time for a nat 20.
Yeah, wow. No kidding. All right, give me a sec. I gotta find Sprox here. See if she can roll nat 20. Chief Engineer Sprox Thoroughplug. All right, let's see. Oh, so close to a nat 20. But
there's
even if she did, she wouldn't have been successful because she only had a +4, whereas you had a +8. So she would not have succeeded even with a nat 20. So, what do you do?
I sneak up on her and do the old get on the back left side of her and tap her on her right shoulder.
You tap her on the right shoulder?
Yes, but I'm not.
But you're on the left side. You're more or less trying to get her to turn the wrong way.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha. You tap her on the right shoulder.
And I do that whole thing to play around, and if she looks, I'm directly behind her. I figure you can give me that with myself.
Yeah, she normally she wouldn't look, she's so focused on this, but the intensity of your finger tap makes her look on that side as she continues to weld. And nobody's there, so she is kind of looks around as Kirill dances all nimbly bimbly from shoulder to shoulder as she's looking around. With a roll like that, I will absolutely give that to you. Until she finally just stops welding, cuts the torch, lifts her goggles up, and looks around and says, "What the hell?"
And then I just jump right out in front of her with my hands up and I say, "Surprise!
God! What the hell?" Oh, you guys are back? This is great. Hey, good to see you all.
So great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. She throws her torch down and takes her gloves off and just throws them down to the ground, pats herself off, and it just goes over. It gives you a big hug, basically around your knee. Goes up, and your pants are now covered in soot and stuff like that. By the way, because she's dirty as shit. But comes up and just gives you all hugs. Gives you all hugs. Sees all. Kind of gives him a little bit of wink and kind of gives him the the hug motion with the fingers, just kind of say bring it in type of a thing. And so I was like, all right, comes in and gives her a big hug. And she lays a big smacker on his cheek, and he's got a big old coal mark on his cheek, basically, which he walks away and quickly wipes off.
Of course he does.
She says, "So what are you all doing here?"
We're here to see if you need some help. We have luckily spoken to Captain Van Cleef, and we have enlisted your services.
Oh, have you? Okay, what services can you provide?
Well, what do you need us to do to help you get the ship flying?
When do you need the ship to fly by?
As soon as possible.
As soon as you can. We'd appreciate.
Okay. Well, I've come into a little bit of a problem. I've run out of broomstone, and that's what we use to fly this thing.
Okay.
I need a bit more. You don't happen to have any, do you?
I don't.
Honestly, no.
Do we have any of? Oh, we sold all the dragon poop. So
it was kind of a rhetorical question. Most people wouldn't be walking around with broomstone.
Do you know where we can get some?
Though.
The black market.
About the white market.
Perfect.
You don't really find the white market has broomstone all that much.
That's fair.
And why is that?
Because it's kind of highly regulated.
And
gotcha.
For what reason?
Because it makes things fly.
Can we find it somewhere
dangerous?
instead of buy it?
It's not dangerous. It's just rare and makes things fly that shouldn't.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Kind of need it then.
And we kind of need it. Kind of need it.
So we got
okay.
Yeah.
Where can we find it?
I need about 50 more pounds of the stuff to be able to levitate the rest of the ship.
Is that like, how long does that last for? Is that for a full trip?
Oh, it's good. It's good. I'd have been fine with the broomstone that we had if we hadn't been blown to smithereens. But we coasted in on fumes with what we had left to be able to shuttle us around the ground. But to get this thing levitated in the air at the weight it is, I need about 50 more pounds of broomstone.
What's the black market price on 50 pounds of broomstone?
Yeah, about that. It's hefty. It's more of a what's it cost to you type of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Our best chance.
Where can we go?
I would assume in West Run, our best option would probably be the Underwalk ward.
Well, I just want to ask Sprox where she would think the best, because we don't know anything about this stuff.
So, auction house is a good spot.
That's at least better.
There's some people there you could talk to. They don't really want to talk to me anymore. So, something about, setting their pants on fire whenever they tried to overcharge me for the stuff. They don't really want to talk to me anymore. So, you could talk to them if you wanted and just not mention my name or that you know me or even know who I am.
Are they the question asking type?
Are they the question asking type?
Yeah. Assuming they're in the black market, they're not.
Not
just looking to defend.
They are and they aren't. They don't really want to know what you do with it, but they kind of want to know who you are.
How many pounds did you ask for?
They gave me a vast majority of what I got here, but then they realized that I was on the last legs and their cash cow was going to be leaving, and they overcharged me a lot. So I set their pants on fire.
So was your last...
Fair?
I just want to ask, because if they're asking us questions, if you went in and asked them for 50 more pounds and we go in and ask them for exactly 50 more pounds, you see where I'm going here?
Yeah, it'll be cheaper for you. That's why I want you to do it.
No, they're going to know we're looking for you.
Well, they get 55 pounds. I don't care. I just need 50 more pounds. Get whatever you want. You can make a fucking chair float if you want. I don't care. I need 50 pounds.
Okay.
So they might have it at the auction too?
How much?
It's not going to be at the auction house, but you can find them there.
How many pounds would it take on average to, let's say, float, we'll say a big cart would take 55 pounds? Or would that be a little overkill?
To float a cart?
Yes.
It'd take like 5 pounds.
Damn it. What would it take 55
Not even that.
or 50
it'd probably
pounds?
be like 2 pounds.
What if
2 pounds.
Two of us
If
bought
it was
25?
connected correctly and accurately, which I could do, it'd probably be about 2 to 3 pounds.
So my question is, what could we fly with 55 pounds as our story for a group of us going in there?
55 pounds. You could float a really nice boat.
Are you talking about this one, Sprax?
What?
I said, are you talking about your boat, Sprax?
No, I am saying that I have a massive fucking boat here that is very close to getting off the fucking ground, as high as we would want it before it burns up in the atmosphere. But I need 50 more pounds of this shit.
I was making a joke, Sprax. I get it.
I know. If you want to fly a fucking canoe that has another canoe strapped to it, that's what you use 50 pounds for. I can't do that just yet.
That's all I want. I want to have a story when I go there. So when I tell them I want to fly something, they're not going to assume it's for you.
Got it.
Part of a traveling circus. Done.
That's actually a really good call. You could say that you're trying to float a barn and you want to raise owls there.
Love it.
We'll just say that we're part of a circus and that we don't want to give away the surprise when the circus comes to town.
What do you know about circuses?
We're going to go. What do we know about raising owls?
I don't know. It seems like it'd be easier than talking about circuses.
I mean, that's not.
Maybe that's just me.
I am a performer.
Looks you up and down and says, yeah, okay.
So my plan is I want to change into some sort of a disguise with my disguise kit to look as much circus-like as possible, and then ask if I can buy it and give as least amount of info as possible, saying, we're coming to town, but we need to perfect an act or two, and we're going to need some broomstone for it, and the results are going to be amazing, I can assure you. But we will not answer any questions as to anything about any acts in our show, due to somebody possibly stealing our act. It's proprietarial.
Seems fair.
He looks at you and kind of looks around the group and says, all right, that should work. Floating circus it is. So here's the deal. And she gives you the rundown of who you're going to be looking for. And we will do that in 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes.
I knew if I didn't get that in time that I would forget within 2 weeks. So that was for posterity.
The floating circus.
Yes.
The floating circus it is.
With the Hippo Man.
Mm-hmm. You're back with the team of the Pandemonium.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah.
And now you're off to get some broomstone on the black market.
It's going to be very entertaining.
Storytelling, Brian.
I'm excited. This is going to be
Glad
fun.
we could get back together with them folks, for sure.
This is going to be fun.
Back together.
I'm excited.
Whiterun was the right choice. Westrun was the right choice.
It was. Thank you for saying Westrun as a good choice, because then that triggered my mind to realize who was there. It did. I mean, it just made sense. It made sense.
Yeah.
So
no, it's all good.
Yeah. I mean, you had a couple options. Yeah, Westrun, Phandalin, and Iman were the three options that you had, and chose well. Apparently, got some friends.
We did. Friends that we got friends in high places.
Friends that we haven't
soon,
screwed over.
hopefully soon.
Yeah. Hopefully in high places.
Spent a lot of money on this venture, but it's worth it.
Yeah, you guys dropped like almost $2,000 this venture, didn't you?
Yeah, we're spending. It's tax season, so
we're trying to get some tax write-offs. That works in D&D, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tax write-offs, yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You gotta spend money to make money, baby.
That just completed his taxes today. I don't want to talk about taxes.